We're Miriam and Tanguy, and this is Mighty Van. Back in 2019, we decided to buy a van and convert it into a tiny home on wheels. A year later, we were ready to move in and live our dream on the road. With our dog Philibert, we had plans for an amazing trip across North America. But 2020 had other ideas. With the COVID-19 pandemic, we had to adjust and find ways to explore our beautiful adoptive country of Canada. We got the chance to explore those lands, coast to coast, through all 4 seasons, starting with a very, very cold winter.
So we're driving straight, and we're gonna explain to you why in a few seconds. And just like as French people that are still kind of new in Canada, this is just amazing. We've never been north enough to see that in our life, and it's just wow.
Yep.
It's just wow. There is no word.
It actually looks like broken glass. Like you can almost tell, yeah. Except we'll never let Philibert eat glass. It's just ice, and apparently that's refreshing to him.
Boy.
Like, it's still sharp, boy, but you can actually peel it, like, little by little. That's amazing. And the color is amazing as well.
Yeah, that blue is
Sort
like
of clear blue. Yeah.
it's unreal. You would see that on a picture, and you would definitely think it's like a filter or something.
Photoshopped, yeah. And it was time for yet another talk. We had to figure out what to do. With news of the COVID-19 pandemic not getting any better, we decided to head back to Canada. We figured we would have more support there, plus insurance just in case. It was a very hard decision. That meant leave the US and all the plans we had made there for the first 3 months of our trip. So we drove, overnight, back to our home country of Canada. And back to a very, very hard winter. We were not ready for this. But Philibert didn't care. He loved it. What happened?
I was trying to throw that to the dog when this happened up to here.
Yeah, that's a lot of snow.
But he's
So we're like walking on eggs, or literally walking on thin ice.
And also something, when we were putting clothes and stuff inside the van, we were like, in a month we're gonna be in hot weather. We don't need all those hot socks, all those pants meant for -10. Tanguy didn't even take his coat, his winter coat, and here we are. With him breakdancing.
So we've been stuck. We've been stuck in the van for, well, since yesterday. In the same spot, because first there's not much to do because everything is closed, and also because there's some snowstorm going on right now. So we're on a truck stop. We're actually pretty comfortable there, except for the fact that it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
But the heater's working non-stop.
Working hard.
Yeah, working hard to keep us warm in the van. And we just found out that sort of path right next to the truck stop, and we're just letting Philibert loose, and he's really enjoying it.
Yeah, he was getting like he was getting a bit bored inside the van because we just walk him to like basic needs like pee and poop, and it's a small space for him. So at least he can like enjoy it. We can freeze even more and appreciate even more the temperature inside the van after.
That's
But
one
yeah.
way to keep warm in the van. Just go outside by -10 and then get back in and you'll see how warm it is.
Yeah, definitely our plans change again. We wanted to go. Wow! We wanted to go north of Ontario because we never visited that part of Ontario, and we're hoping to chase a bit of Northern Lights and be able to go in some parks. But the day we crossed the border, exact next morning, they announced that they were closing all the parks in Ontario for safety, of course, and be sure that people are not going to get contaminated there.
Until further notice, we don't know when it's going to be open again.
Yeah, and for the Northern Lights, look at the sky. We've got a snowstorm,
Yeah.
and definitely we can't see anything during nighttime, so it's another fail.
Yeah. But surprisingly, our solar panels have been working really well because you see there's still some sun over there behind me, and we haven't been driving for the past day and a half, almost 2 days, but we've been cooking, etc., and we're still operational in the van. Our solar panels are really working. We're glad it's not completely dark, and so we're still able to live in the van. And so now we're gonna enjoy being outside a little more, get Philibert tired, and get back to the warmth.
So I don't know if you can see the water that is on the windshield. So the last 3 nights, we had like a freeze, like the windshield was frozen from the inside. So even if we kept those windows like slightly open, we kept the fan open, it didn't avoid the windshield to freeze because it went down to like -14. So it was like such a difference between the inside and the outside. So now I'm just going to clean the windshield inside. We've been warned about like mold that could get and stay over there where the water dripped. So I'm gonna try to dry that correctly and be sure it will not be an issue in the future.
Continuing on with the small projects to keep busy while being self-contained. You had seen the hello right here, and the addition to the kitchen now is this guy. So it's a paper towel holder, which basically holds our paper towel that was just rolling around on the counter. We've also added that small, not basket, basket? I don't know. What do you call this?
It's a net. It's a net bag that you use for groceries.
The guy who's played basketball his entire life can find the word net. Anyway, so this is a net to hang fruits, and in that case are tomatoes
and onions.
And onions. There's an onion somewhere in there. So anyway, it's double use, as everything should be in the van. And now we're finally going to hold the logo, which has been hidden in the cabinets up until now. We have everything we need to attach it, and we just need to do it.
It's been 2 days that we didn't film a lot of things, like can I say film?
Yeah.
We didn't shoot a lot of things because we're not doing much, plus I would say we're not really like the morale was not really good, kind of, and we didn't feel like sharing anything that was happening in our head. Part of it maybe because we were still processing it, at least for myself, I know. We don't really know what we're gonna do next. For now, we're going to Canadian Tire, hoping to find some water. And yeah, that's the plan for now. One step after one step. Or one step by a step? Step by step?
Yeah, step at a time.
One step at a time, step by step.
Oh non, ça va pas. Ah oui, d'accord, je suis pas obligé.
T'étais pas obligé de rester. We just discovered that you didn't have to press all the time. Now we know.
There you go, that's fine. You can tell I already filled up some water.
So,
I am not doing this every day. Carrying 20 kilos back and forth. Alright, so the water tank is filled. Just gotta get this out of the way.
So it took, with what was left in the tank, it took two of those blue jug. So 10 gallons. And we have our extra 5 gallons in case of emergency, if we're in the middle of nowhere and we need water. So it makes for those 3 times 5 gallons, we paid 380 something.
It's 129 for one refill, whatever size you want to refill. And the standard container jug for the thing we used is 18 liters. Ours was 20, but that was fine. And so we basically paid $4 Canadian to get our water tank filled up and our backup jug filled up as well. So,
and this is amazing!
that's good. That's good news. At least we can hit the road knowing that we have water for about a week.
We are finally in the move after 4 days in the same spot, and we don't actually know where we're going, but we need to go somewhere where it's more hot, with more heat. I don't know. So what happened is, like, we built the van thinking that we should never really be under 0 where we were planning to go. We built the gray water tank underneath the van, which is fine for like 95% of the vans, but it's not fine if you have a van and you're doing Canada winter.
Yes. We were stationary, as Miriam said, for about 4 days, and we didn't realize that our gray water tank would freeze because it was -10 at some point, -15 at some point during those 4 days. And so one day we were just, I think I was doing dishes or something, and I didn't realize that Miriam looked at the shower and there was water coming out of the shower drain. Couldn't be that our gray water tank was full, because it clearly couldn't be. We hadn't used that much water. The only option was that the water was frozen, and indeed it was. The pipes underneath were frozen, and so we managed to unfreeze some of them by just pouring boiling water on the pipes. That helped melt the water that was inside the pipes. And then we bought some RV anti-freeze. We dropped some of it into the drains, so it could help, it could prevent further freezing and maybe reduce the melting point of the water that was already frozen. So reduce the freezing point of the water that was already in the pipes. So yeah, the water is now slowly getting out of the gray water tank now, so it's starting to melt, but we should keep running hot water in the pipes in the next couple of days, and also putting some anti-freeze, and we're seeking warmer weather. If we could get close to 0, that would be perfect.
Yeah, actually, the thing is, like, we were pretty lucky that the gray water tank was not full.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it could have like explode or something, because ice takes more room than actual water. So it was like the lucky part, if we can say that. So now we need to figure out where we can go, where it's gonna be warmer, because
definitely not sure.
yeah, and when where it is. It's where we were supposed to be right now. So we need to find a plan B. And we'll tell you maybe in a few seconds for you what it will be. But we don't know yet.
Yeah, we're gonna finish our freezing walk. And then we'll head back to the van and find somewhere to go and sleep. And hopefully not freeze today. So back with my 2 furry co-pilots, ready to hit the road.
Getting some heat a bit before while we are looking at some apps to find the next spot.
Yeah. So technically we have like 4 hours to the Manitoulin Islands.
Yeah.
Where we're thinking of going next. We won't do the 4 hours today, but at least we're gonna drive this way and find a spot, maybe midway, something in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So we'll see. And this is over there, the border that we crossed 3 days ago. I don't know if you can see. Over there is the bridge, and right there's the US, right there's Canada.
And all that is a river?
Yeah.
All that is a river that connects the 3 big lakes. So where we are is here. This is Lake Superior. This is Lake Huron and this is Lake Michigan. So it does connect Huron and Superior, not Michigan. But the Lake Michigan and the Lake Huron is quite the same, no? It's connected here.
Everything's connected. It's all connected.
Everything is connected.
Alright, let's go. Boy, let's go. And here we are again, on the road, in the uncertainty of the COVID-19 pandemic. But at least now we were home in Canada. But we went from planning a year trip to having to figure out what to do overnight. That was tough. But we decided not to look back and just move forward. In the next video, it was finally time for a good cleanup of the van. We moved in with a lot of stuff, and now that we were home, it was time to make it feel like it. And we also made Mighty official by finally hanging our logo. Thanks for watching. As usual, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.